Geofrente. We'll see how this works. Hi, Christian. Hey, oh, Geofrente. We'll see how. Oh, let's see. Why is it getting audio from my computer? Where is that again? Doing pretty good. Just trying to get this month's set edited. And figured while I was doing that, I would try to mess with this streaming thing here. And right now, I was wanting to listen to music, but I know like copyrighted music is against the rules, so wanted to make sure it wasn't playing through, plus it was like doubling, and figure this out real quick, because I like to work with music. I guess I could go to like Monster Cat or something. How are you doing today? Let's see. I play flute and alto sax mainly. I've been learning violin. It's been a little while though. I want to get back on it, and my first instrument was piano, but I can only play like the treble clef now because playing flute for so long I kind of forgot the bass clef, so I'd have to like relearn that. And I sing usually not in front of people.
I'm sorry, Stitch, I did not mean to move you.
Sorry, trying to figure out this here. I mean, yeah, it's kind of interesting with it being an unlisted video, and it's not going to be a video that I'll share like later necessarily, just because it's just chill with patrons. It is kind of silly, but I'm trying to see how to mute the desktop sounds itself, because I don't necessarily need them when I'm streaming for this anyways. Microphone, audio, microphone, system sounds. Maybe if I just say none. Okay, maybe that's what I want. We'll try that. Let's see if it plays the music. Try this. doesn't seem to be playing the music now. Yay! Figured it out. No, sadly we weren't able to do karaoke. There's so many things to do. So if I ever get to go back, I'd like to do karaoke. Luckily, I mean, there are like... Luckily there are like some karaoke rooms that are similar to the ones in Japan in bigger cities around here. So it's not impossible to do something similar here. It's just it would have been really cool to do it while in Japan. But yeah, we didn't get to do... sadly, we didn't get to do everything we wanted to, and that was just a time restraint. And I ended up getting, well, we both ended up getting sick. I got sick a little earlier than Foxy, but I got sick with the flu halfway through the trip, so that was fun. Gosh, we did a lot of things. I mean, we mainly hit up the big areas in Tokyo, like Akihabara, Ikebukuro, Shibuya. Yeah, and then some of the extra things we did traditional-wise were, we did go to Osaka and Kyoto for a day. We did the really big, the main Inari Shrine, and that was really pretty. And we got to see Osaka Castle. Then we did theme parks, all those kind of stuff, so, yeah, it was definitely, I can't even, there's a lot of the things. Wonder if I got the right... Huh. JPEG. Weird. Let me see. Did you guys come over from Patreon? Trying to do some figuring this out here. Boop, 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 boop. Sorry, we're gonna get all this figured out. Stream window. Oh! Okay, I have to do YouTube stream window. What? Where? Sorry. We're gonna fix these things. Learn more. Learn more? Start broadcast. Huh. Technical difficulties. Okay, technical difficulties. Where? Stream now? It says it's streaming, but then it says advanced settings. Huh. And stream info. Do. Why is this not settings? Doesn't tell me. Huh. Do. Sorry, there's people saying, and it doesn't show up on Patreon, like, shows that it's a thing. It's interesting that it's not leaking. Huh. Let me see. I'll just comment the link there. Sorry, trying to figure this out. Oops. What? Sorry, we'll get... Okay. Well, maybe at least this link will help. Okay. Sorry about that. Those in here. Trying to get this figured out because it's like not showing me the link or anything here either, so I'm amazed you guys are able to get to it because it's not showing for me either, so, and it's not showing for a bunch of people. Like, my post is there. So. Not necessarily where I live. Some bigger cities there are karaoke in the US. But yeah, not necessarily in my city is there, my city's too small to have like a Japanese karaoke bar or anything. At least to my knowledge. If there is, I would be surprised. Hey, Noctis! Hopefully that link I just posted works better. I don't know, I was trying to do it through their thing, but it wasn't letting me do everything. Oh, yeah, here, my town, I'm in Tennessee, so there's still a lot of, mostly small cities. I mean, even our big cities are quite small. Like, going down and visiting Foxy in Atlanta now, they have all the different, like, Asian restaurants and stuff, so they're definitely ahead of it all. What's going on? The app is being weird. Yay! Hey, Dr. Dank. I'm glad it works. I don't know. I'm just trying to test this out because I was like, oh, this might be fun to eventually do some, like, patron-only streams of whatever sort. Like, I was like, oh, well, I need to edit anyways, so even though I'm very distracted from the editing right now, but also trying to figure out the technical difficulties. Yeah, no, I like going down and visiting Foxy's area because all the yummy foods. She takes me to all these really good Asian restaurants. That's nice. I mean, chatting with you guys makes the work a little more fun. I mean, I enjoy editing. It's just it gets tiring when you're doing like 50 plus photos in a row. So it's definitely at least I like editing. It's just, yeah. a little tiring after a while. At least are you nearing the end of your shift, or are you just beginning? Hey, Triple J. Glad you made it. Sorry about the blip. I put the link where it claimed to put the link, and it's not doing anything. Just turns into a black screen, so I'm not really sure what that means. So, maybe eventually I'll figure it out. So yeah, when I click it, it just does the thing that everyone else is saying that it's doing, so I don't know. We got one really, really good sushi place, and it's actually like the best that I've had in the state. The prices are actually really good, and like lunch you get 40% off sushi, which is crazy. So we eat all the time there. We have one good ramen, really like good ramen place that I've been to. They have a very like basic ramen, like they don't have a lot of choices, but it's really good. And they have like the cold soba and stuff like that, which I really like in the summer. So I appreciate that we have at least a place like that. We have like it's not like Korean barbecue, is it bulgogi and stuff like that, like in little like quick serve things, and I really like that. It's really good. But then we have a really good Thai place, really good Indian, but like I can count on my fingers, like those are the main restaurants we always go to eat at. Outside of that, there's not a whole lot, and those all have weird like days that they're closed. It's always the day that I want to eat them, so it's always fun. We have an all-you-can-eat sushi place, but honestly, like, it's not, for me, I can't eat a lot of food in a sitting at all, so it's really not worth it to me to try to stuff my face. It's usually, like, I usually can't even eat the amount, because, yeah, ours is around 20 as well, but yeah, the quality compared to what I eat at the other place, and I don't have to be scared if I leave any left over, because I can't eat that much. For those who can eat a lot, yeah, it's a pretty good deal if you want to stuff yourself with sushi, but I cannot, so thus it's not really worth it for me. But I've had classmates I've gone with, and they've been able to knock out so much sushi. They had to help me with mine. I felt so bad. But yeah. So the all you can eat is just not really something that I can do too much of, but definitely commend the people who can. So I stick with my other one. But yeah, everyone loves the all you can eat place because they can get so much sushi. But like I said, it's not worth it for me because I can't even eat enough to make it the $20 actually worth it. Oh, let's see. Aw, thanks, Noctis. I hope you have a good rest of the day at work. Well, oh, Triple J. Yeah, like, my hometown, I'm just, like, 40 or so minutes away from my hometown, and, like, I have so much more food options here, and it's still not that much. Like, I'm glad we have what we have, but, yeah. I'm used to really nothing. It was just, like, Chinese buffet after Chinese buffet, and that's and Mexican restaurants in my hometown. And that was like the exotic food you got. Oh, thanks, Quest Crafter. That's almost a tongue twister. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, I like to go. It does get expensive at my normal sushi place if you eat at dinner, so I can totally understand. Like, yeah, I've been at my hungriest. Like, there are like sloppy joes I can down like really a bunch of them for some reason, really fast, and Crystal hamburgers. Those are the only like foods that I can somehow, like, black hole opens up somehow. Everything else is just like I get full real quick. I don't know why those things, because they're kind of like comfort food and not really good food. Yet I devour the heck out of them. Oh yeah, no, I think Mexican restaurants are actually one of the more common, like, food diversity here in Tennessee. Like, because even the smallest of towns have Mexican restaurants. So, granted, a lot of them are, like, big chains. In my hometown, there was one that was run by family and had really traditional, you could get actual, like, actual Mexican food, not the Americanized stuff. And I loved it, but sadly, they ended up closing down. And they'd been around my whole life. Like, we were good friends with everybody, and they always knew my orders, and super awesome people. But sadly, they closed down. And I don't know where to get. I just go to the generic places now. I don't know. That's probably the higher, diverse. Well, I guess my hometown and, like, the town I'm in right now is a college town, so I guess these areas are probably more diverse than other parts of Tennessee. But yeah. It's actually, there's a lot less, Asians around, at least in my hometown. Yeah. So we'd get a little bit more because we had the Air Force Base, but I don't know. I also saw a lot because my family's Catholic, and of course, Catholicism's very big. So, because my priest actually did Spanish masses, and the masses he did in the town over, that's Bonnaroo's held in, they have, like, just full, like, mostly just Spanish masses going on, so. Oh, it's definitely a southern state. But, like, there's definitely southern peeps around, but, like, I'm more in the, like, I think you get a little more of that, like, when you're getting out more in the mountains. Like, where my dad's from. So, city areas are not so much, I mean, especially the city I'm in right now, like I said, it's a college town, so everyone's pretty liberal overall. Because, what? The white supremacist group that tried to do, the protests, they tried to protest, like, on campus. They were too scared by the point, like, everyone was like, Moonshine Land. Yeah, out deep in the mountains, yeah, that's where those type of people live. I'm more scared of Alabama, to be honest. Tennessee has their people, but overall, I don't mind. And we do have like a lot of religious nuts, but I think like because I am in the Bible Belt, so that is kind of where like a lot of that. Not that religion is like awful. It's just we have a lot of really overly religious people that don't come to your door and try to convert you and tell you everything you do is wrong. And it's fun. Just try not to answer my door when they come. But I don't know if that happens everywhere. But imagine there's Mormons everywhere. And Southern Baptists. Yeah, I haven't practiced Catholicism in a while, so don't feel bad. I really think the traditions and stuff are really cool. I just not necessarily a religious person myself. But I really do appreciate the traditions and stuff. Like, I think it's all really cool. Like, I love going and seeing masses being done in Latin. Like, we'd go visit monasteries down in Georgia, which is a weird place, thinking back that there's Holy Land Conyers in Georgia. But yeah, I loved going to the monasteries, seeing the monks, and hearing them chant. Like, love chants. It's gorgeous. But, yeah. And I appreciate a lot of Catholics overall are pretty open-minded compared to like a lot of the other religions like that are around here. So I appreciate where I came from, but definitely not practicing. Although I just like tell anyone, because yeah, like I said, very religious people around here, and they'll ask, especially when I used to work at a grocery store here, people would be like, oh, do you go to church? And I'd be like, I grew up Catholic. Usually people wouldn't ask further, but sometimes people would catch, oh, you grew up. Does it mean you don't go anymore? It's like, dang it. You got me. I wasn't lying, I just was trying to avoid. Yeah, I know, that's, I know in my old apartment, Mormons kept coming back to my door, and if I answered, like, I was talking about, yeah, oh, I grew up Catholic, blah, 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 they're like, you know the Catholic way of praying is wrong, and I'm like, okay, sure, leave me alone, I'm not switching to your faith. Yeah. Some of them were like, oh, you play Pokemon Go, and I was like, please, just stop trying to, like, I don't believe what you want, I just, leave me alone. My parents are still very religious, but everyone else in my family is not so much. Like, siblings. My mom's side of the family is very religious still. I'm gonna shout it loud. Yeah, they said we pray wrong because it's memorized prayer and that doesn't work or something. Like saying your Hail Marys and Our Fathers. Apparently that's wrong. It's like, okay. That's not a way to really convert people. Telling everything they do is wrong. It's like, okay. Thank you for your input. Ooh, I think this picture's good. Mistakes. This is my redemption song. I need you more than ever right now. Can you? We're gonna shut down. Mobile, it works. That's weird. Yeah, I'm glad we're a little beyond that, at least. I know some parts of the world probably not, but at least here we're like people won't necessarily treat you the best, but at least we're past that bit. That I'm so cold. Got cold again. My hot tea latte is not hot anymore already. Yeah. So we're putting on my little blanket cape I got from Japan with chocobo on it. Oh. I knew this is good investment. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, they're big at the parks in Japan. Like these, first I thought they were just like tiny little baby blankets. Because I saw them at Disney, and I saw one with Stitch, and I was almost bought it for Regina, but then I was like, but what is she going to do with a tiny baby blanket? And then at Universal, I saw everyone wearing them, like adults wearing them as capes, and I'm like, oh, they're not a baby blanket. They are for all ages, and it snaps on around your neck. It's pretty rad. They're cool with cosplay. I haven't told them about all my actual work. So, eventually I'm gonna break it to them, I'm sure. I just haven't gotten the, I don't know what what their reaction will be. I've just been keeping that on the down low. I'm pretty positive most, if not all, my siblings know. Like, at this point, I think my mom would actually be pretty chill about it. I'm an anxious person, and I don't really like, confrontation. So, yeah, I mean, I've been going to school and everything. Now I feel like I'm gonna have to tell them at some point because, like, it is my main job. And family gatherings are already, like, fun because everyone's like, oh, what are you doing now that you graduated? It's like, oh, commissions. Yeah. So, just like, I'm freelancing and commission work, yeah. But I would like to be more straightforward about it at some point. Yeah. So I also want them to not worry about me as far as, like, working. Camming. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Legs. Whee. Yeah, I'm hoping they'll be pretty chill. They've always been very supportive. I just know that that might be something that clashes with their religious views. So I could see it kind of going either way. Like, they've always been super supportive, though, and I think if I did it in a way where they'd, like, understand and not be hopefully mad about it, I don't know. It's hard to say, because I don't really know. But like I said, I don't want to keep it, like, hidden forever, because that's just, I think, in the long run, cause more stress than just being upfront about it. It's just been with dealing with school and everything, I was like, I will deal with that later. Ah, what was that? Oh, 1 second. Boop, 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 boop.
Need to install that someplace.
Okay, Aya's back. Oh, there's our Rio. Hey, Rio. Hey, boy. You wanna come over here? No, he don't want to come over here. just started Monster Hunter the other night. I made Rio in it. A little sleeping boy over there. Although I got stressed out with one of the first, and kind of like once I got through all that, like character creation and a couple hunts, I was like, I needed a break, but I might go back to playing it tonight. That's later. I was considering streaming on Twitch as well, since I'm like, well, I'm streaming anyways, but we'll see how that goes. It depends. And thanks, Questcrafter. I'll be excited to see that. I like working in Illustrator. At first it was fun to get used to, but after I got used to it, like, I love it for some really crisp illustrations. But yeah, other than starting Monster Hunter, I been playing Fire Emblem Awakening and playing more on Persona. See. Yeah, I know. I really like Illustrator. Once, like I said, it took me a little while to get used to, but afterwards, and it was really nice when I took commissions where people needed like art for banners or something that was like, oh, we want to print it on a lot of things. And I'm like, here, let me just make it in Illustrator so it can be vector and it could be like any size. Don't have to worry about you not giving me correct dimensions. And all your Palicos Morgana, that's cute. And I was like, oh, can I make Rio? It depends on my mood. Turn-based can be fun for me if I just want to be chill and can take my time and not have to be like, ah. I haven't tried out the multiplayer on it yet, but I mean, yeah, it's basically like because you can go do hunts with a group of people, from my understanding. I just don't have people added on my PS4.
Hi there, bro.
No.
Go shower.
Okay. cats everywhere.
Are there?
Yeah. They're around me.
Oh.
They have me surrounded.
Oh no. Why are you guys so cute?
Huh?
So why are you guys so cute?
Yeah, I don't know. They're too cute. Do 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 do. Aw, thanks, I am Lawrence. Yeah, I love my mug. Foxy got it for me a while back ago. I think there's like bits of the chai latte at the bottom. Chai leaves or something. I've watched a roommate play Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't gotten to play it yet myself yet. I'm gonna get through my other games first. I will say, unless I was just being stupid, like, I am not used to having, like, no lock on, so I looked pretty stupid trying to fight the monster, unless I'm just being stupid and there is a lock on. I was just like, well, I can't aim. I really suck at the aiming. My weapon, I was just hitting the ground a lot. Just great. I can tell I don't play a lot of games where I have to make sure I have to aim better on, like, console at least. I mean, that's like, I like aiming on a PC for Overwatch because the mouse seems more intuitive to me than the stick. Oh, okay. So there is a lock on. I was just like, I can't figure it out. So yeah, the big iguana-looking guy. I haven't played long enough to know all the monster names. I legit just had a chill night the other night and mainly spent the most of the time creating the character, of course, as you do. With anything. So yeah, once I got there, I would have beat him if I had like 2 more minutes maybe. I was so close, it was very upsetting. So then I was like, I'm gonna come back to you. I don't want to go through all that again. Till I rested. Mm-mm. I was playing around with the katana the other night. I don't know. I need to play around with the other weapons too at some point. Yeah, part of it too is I was just wandering around for a little bit, like in between, like the objectives, because I was like, oh, do I want to just come back for that other objective that it just started with the giant iguana thing? And then I was like, nah, you know what? We'll just go for it. And I probably ate up a good bit of time that I could have easily beaten him within if I didn't do that. See you later, Dank. It's okay. I'm just here to hang out while I do these photos. Yeah, there's like chunks of chai tea leaves at the bottom of this. Blech. I don't like grains at the bottom of my drink. Blah, 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 blah. Oh gosh, apparently it snowed a little bit here this morning too. I don't go outside unless I have to. Today was not a day I had to, so I was not outside. But yeah, apparently Regina said it did snow a little bit. It was definitely not 15 inches. But we did actually get a little bit of snow, which is extremely rare for us. But I'm sure it just was like sprinkle, 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 and then over pretty well. Hello? Yeah. No, I'm sure for Massachusetts, yeah. I'm sure that's the norm. Like, sometimes I wish we had more snow, especially for, like, set purposes, but I don't honestly want to, like, I don't get out when it's cold. And snow, it's pretty to look at, but outside of that, I don't really want to do anything with it. So as a kid, you're immune to the cold. Because, like, I loved playing out in the snow. Now it's like, I like to look at it, but I don't really want to be part of it. Waiting for things to do. I said I was too lazy to move it from my laptop to my desktop, so then I think editing took a lot longer there because things definitely do not load as quickly on. No! What did I just do? It's like desktop so much faster than the laptop, which duh it is, but yeah. I'm like, oh, everything loads immediately. Only thing I have to wait for a second for is the action, and it takes literally a second to load. Yeah. Well, that's like, I mean, when I was working grocery store, I had to be out in the weather no matter what, and there were definitely days that were miserable. The worst was cold and wet, like pouring down and freezing. It's the worst. Get like water all in my shoes because the raincoats that they gave us were like just long enough where it sat the bottom of the raincoat like right at my ankles, and so it'd pour all the water down into my shoes. It was totally the worst ever. I do not miss it working out in the weather. I did actually not mind the like pushing carts part because it was kind of fun and I could be away from people, but I didn't like being out in the weather part of it when it was bad weather. When it was nice weather, it was great. But yeah, otherwise, kind of sucked. me and Regina have been keeping up with Darling in the Franxx, Citrus. I tried to watch the first 2 episodes of Pop Team Epic. Not sure how I feel about it. I need to watch more. I wanted to try to watch it because it was all over Japan, everywhere. And I was just like, okay, what is this? And it's been all over Twitter and everywhere else, but I don't quite understand. I know a lot of it is like jokes with the voice actors and like what they've been in, but I don't necessarily know off the top of my head who's the voice actor since it's in Japanese. So it's, and the short gags, I'm like, I don't know what just happened. But like I said, I've only seen like 2 episodes of that. I'm trying to think of what, like, if there's any others this season that I've been watching. Don't know if there's any others I've picked up for the season. Me and Regina just started watching K or whatever. But I fell asleep, not because it was boring, but because it was late and I fell asleep. I was very intrigued and the animation was very pretty, so I would like to continue watching. And then I've been just rewatching like Chrono Crusade and just we were rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! The other night. Whew, man, the English is so cheesy. I don't know about the Japanese, but good God, the English. I haven't seen Be the Beginning. Oh yeah, we started watching that camping anime too this season. Forgot about that. Yeah, I've been interested in Place Further Than the Universe just because the animation, like, I follow anime Tumblr, or not Tumblr, Twitter that like breaks down a lot of animation and it looks really pretty. Yeah, the lazy camping anime we were watching. I'm not fully caught up, but yeah, from what I've seen, it looks gorgeous. So that is one that is on my to watch list. I just haven't gotten to yet. Because I'm also trying to work, and I also want to play some games. It's a fun game of trying to make sure I can do all the things. Huh. To look into at the beginning. When I get done with some of the current ones I'm on. Not the ones that are already fully out, not this season at least. Yeah, I need to... Back when Super started, I was watching, and then I got preoccupied with school, and then I'm way behind now. I just see things in, like, news of happenings, and it's like, oh, that's happened, okay. Woo, in an hour? That's good. Mm. Yeah. Actually need to check out Boruto. I have not actually watched Boruto yet. There's Boruto stuff everywhere in Japan. Oh. She just fell off of the chair. Oh gosh, she's klutz. Stitch, what happened? She rolled off. Saw it in the camera. Oh my goodness. You okay, Stitch? Stitch? You okay? She doesn't. Are you embarrassed? Stitch? Stitch? Well, earlier she wouldn't leave me alone with the cuddling, so I'm surprised that she's not on my lap right now. Yeah, just log in with my phone if Rio starts cuddling me one day. Yeah, I liked the original Naruto a lot. It's just, yeah, more filler stuff, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Peg School, what's going on. Like, it seems like on mobile, it, like, actually loads. So it may just be Patreon being glitchy, because I've noticed Patreon can be kind of glitchy. Because, yeah, mobile, it works fine when I click it, but on PC, it does not work. Like, it's just the black screen with the JPEG thing link. So, I don't know. I am leaning towards Android 21 as long as no one else ends up doing her before I can. For it, I've been trying to think. For the calendar, I might try to make the pants like super like see-through sheer fabric so that I can do like lingerie underneath it. Cause I gotta try to make it a little like more lingerie-ish for the calendar. Kakegurui, however you, long word. I've seen the first 4 episodes so far. That's another one when asked about new anime. That was one I was checking out on Netflix the other night. Regina couldn't handle episode 2, which yeah, the nail thing kind of got to me too. Ugh. But Regina's very anti like nails being torn or anything. So yeah. Yeah, the faces kind of like, so I'm not sure how I feel about the faces, but I'm enjoying the story, I guess. Like, it's interesting, but definitely not. Yeah, some of the faces get a little weirdly drawn. Like, and it's okay to have weird faces, I guess. Like, they're trying to show, like, how crazy they are. It's just, I don't know. It's like how they're drawn sometimes is kind of weird looking. But, like, all the art looks really, like the opening and stuff, the art is pretty for that. Well, yeah, I do, like her design a lot, so if I watch further, as always, I'm a sucker for white hair, and I really like the, like, blue lipstick and stuff. Like, it's really kind of neat. And I bought a blue lipstick for the CosDev party at Gen Con, so I could actually get use out of it more if I did that. So I'm like, don't have a use for blue lipstick a lot of the time, unless I came up with some concept thing. Maybe the uniform's actually not too badly priced. I know Kyomatsu's talking about cosplaying from it, so if so, we could maybe do a duo together if I chose to do that. So mainly it will be watching further and seeing if I like the character enough, but design-wise I like her. And this series I'm not, like I said, the faces are weird. Nail Girl was a little much, but I'm enjoying it otherwise, overall. Mouse? No, there. Come back to me, mouse. Huh. Okay guys, I might take just a quick second, little crickets. Be right back, guys. Oh, my hair did a funny. Really the only anime I can think of, like, that's like that I used to be super interested in and not anymore would be Attack on Titan. I haven't even watched the second season yet, just because my hype died out. And, like, seeing a lot of the clips from the others, like, a lot of shock. It's like, the initial watch was really cool, but after knowing everything that's going to happen, it's not as fun to watch for me as it once was. Like, the original season. Can't speak on the new season, I haven't seen it. Just, hype died out. I still, like, had bought a new outfit and wanted to do another Rico shoot. The maneuver gear and everything, but hype for me definitely died out on that, and I haven't really felt the need to watch the new season. So that's literally the only anime I can think of that's like that, where I was like super into it and then like now. Everything else I rewatch all the time that I've ever been into. Yeah, no, everyone I know was like super into Attack on Titan, and it just, they waited way too long to release the other season, and I don't know many that actually watched like the new, so I don't know. They should not have waited so long. Starbucks, if I really need a coffee and it's one of the only places, I'm not like, if I have better choices, then I definitely will go for like some other coffee. So, like, I don't generally, I hate all the really sugary drinks, like, I really don't like super sweet anything, especially coffee. So a lot of their mixed, like, pre-made stuff is way too sweet, and I'll get like the drip coffee, but a lot of those aren't super like the best to me. So like I drink it if it's one of the, or if it's more convenient, but not necessarily super fond of them. Like on campus, they were the cheapest option because I could get refills for the my mug for 50 cents for the drip coffee, and it was right by my the animation lab. So drink Starbucks a lot on campus, but it's not my go-to. At home, I have my Keurig, and I like that just fine. And then there's a place nearby, well, in my hometown, so it's like an hour drive. 45 minutes to get to, but I really like it. It's all Celtic themed, and they get some really, really good grounds. Yay! Glad you got in here, Roman. Ah! I'll check it out later, Quest. Thank you. I'm sure it's fine. I mean, cat-like appearance isn't bad. I like cats. They're cute. Woo! Have a safe drive home, Noctis. Coffee grew on me. I needed it to get through school. And then I was totes addicted to coffee afterwards. Japan kind of kicked me up a little bit, drinking so much. Because before Japan, I was still like at drinking like 3 cups a day or something. Now I'm like 1 cup and I'm fine the rest of the day. Even that, sometimes I'm like meh. So definitely like Japan, like I was still drinking like the little lattes out of the vending machines, but they're very small compared to a lot of our serving sizes. So yeah, way smaller than the Keurig we have now makes the 12 ounce, can make up to 12 ounces. So I generally just make the 12 ounce, biggest size that it makes. Oops. What am I doing? That's not what I'm just trying to do. I made it through Madarame, beat Madarame, so yeah, not very far, but woo, made it through that. No, I'm conflicted tonight after I've edited enough photos. Do I play more Persona, or do I, play some more Monster Hunter? So I wouldn't mind streaming one of them tonight, but I also get a little anxious making decisions on the stream with Persona. But I've gotten to like the flow of the game pretty well now, so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, at least coffee is probably better for you than alcohol. Like caffeine's still addicting, but it's probably better for you than too much alcohol. It's still like, I definitely feel a lot better now that I'm not drinking 3 cups a day. Because I would just be like crash if I didn't have my 3 cups. Now it's like, I don't necessarily need my 1. I do feel better if I have my 1 cup, but yeah. It feels a lot better not having to rely so much on coffee. Oh, yeah, I do like the refreshers. The berries are so good. But usually when I'm at a Starbucks, I'm getting coffee. Sometimes after shoots, though, we'll get the refreshers, because we're usually dehydrated. Like, I usually get the, for coffee drinks from Starbucks, other than the drip coffee, I do get the caramel macchiatos. I do like those, the cold ones. That's my go-to sweetened drink. It's about the only one I can handle, and it's still pretty freaking sweet. I don't want to drink it all the time. Yay! Yeah, I've been seeing Makoto around a lot more, so I figured she was probably coming up. So I'm excited to meet her. It's so sad. Like, I did read up a lot on her just because I've been cosplaying her. Because I felt weird if I didn't know anything about her. So I kind of know a lot already about her, but I didn't look up too many specifics about story necessarily. I don't know. Luckily, the things I looked up are not necessarily spoiler, just so I had a good handle of her character. I haven't even had time to check out Fortnite. I know they showed off the trailer, like the animated little short at SIGGRAPH when I went over the summer, and it looked really cool. But I haven't had time to even look at it now that it's been out. If I'm remembering the right thing. Pretty sure that's the little short movie that we watched. Meaningless, swearing the weight of the world. So yeah, I can't say that I have much of a input for the Fortnite. The conventions I have for sure this year are, for sure, I'm going to Anime Expo, I'm going to, MomoCon, Anime Weekend Atlanta, probably gonna at least do a day at MTAC, which is a local convention, so mostly, like, East Coast, Tennessee, Georgia area, for sure. It always can change if I get invited to other conventions. Which, yeah. If you guys are interested in me going to conventions, you can always, like, send conventions message emails, or, like, some of them have little, like, request a guest. And that would be able to get me to go out to more conventions. Eventually, there's some that I want to check out, but they're mostly, like, East Coast. Like, I would like to check out KatsuCon next year if I can make it. I would like to check out Colossal Con. But yeah, outside of what I mentioned, though, there's not any guaranteed outside of that. I'd like to do more since I have more time, but yeah, I'm definitely planning a Makoto set. Gotta figure out if I want to do, like, multiples where there's, like, Phantom Thief outfit separately from the uniform. Might do that, or, like, have them in one set combined, like, transform. I gotta find a setting. It'd be cool if I could find a motorcycle, but I'll have to kind of put feelers out. Oh, Anime Boston would be cool. I've heard about that one a lot. Yeah. And that's, yeah, sadly, like, especially if I, like, was working at table, it's definitely going to be a lot of fun to try to get everything. If I just go to enjoy, I guess it'd be easier for some cons, but definitely being able to do guest work is a little easier to get to multiple conventions. But that's maybe one of my next goals on Patreon, can be the, like, being able to travel to more conventions, like, just to go, maybe, but we'll see. I don't know. We hit my other goals so fast, I don't even, I need to think a little bit more, but I'm waiting for Patreon to hear back, and I hope they better not do it, because I want to be completely upfront once I, can add upfront payment, so that I can add Snapchat and all that as rewards, since we hit those goals pretty quickly to start adding some of the other tiers. I just want to do that because I think it'll be easier to keep up with a little bit. But I just don't want them to do it without my permission. Like, I sent that in my email, so I'm waiting back and just hoping they let me choose when it happens. Oh, dang. Which, what restaurant? So used to all the restaurants around there. Especially LA Live restaurants. Go eat at Live Basil a lot. I can get a pizza and it feeds me like twice. Yeah, and I went to the Starbucks nearby, like the LA Live Starbucks, and it was, yeah, me and Foxy waited in line forever. All the anime nerds were there. I mean, to be fair, are you going to be there this year at least? I was going to say, last year I was pretty dead. I'd come back from China with school, finished my degree, and I was very, like, out of it, very tired. Like, so I didn't really get to enjoy a lot of the convention anyways. I'm hoping this year I'll get to really enjoy a lot of it. So I should actually be alive and not dying from exhaustion. At least not to the same level. Katsuya. Okay, yeah, I know exactly where Katsuya is. Me and Foxy ate there our first AX, but I've been eating there again, more recent. So I'm trying to think. Yeah, the convention I went to in Texas was A-Kon way back. Like, it would have been at least... Let's see, what year was that? It's probably like 2009? 2010? Somewhere in there? I want to say it was their 21st convention. A-Kon. Can't remember if it was their 21st. I feel like it was somewhere in the 20s. But I don't remember. That was a while ago. I did really enjoy it. Like, I wouldn't mind going back to a Texas convention at some point. I really liked like the dry heat in Texas. At least in Austin area. And my friend lived in Odessa, so I would go visit her. And then her sister lived in Austin, so yeah, we'd go hang out with her sister. And yeah, like, everything was packed around AX, I swear. I feel bad for you and all the workers. That's the Starbucks people. I felt so bad. There was some nerd was playing loud music over speakers, and the workers were trying to scream out people's names for their coffee and breakfast, and no one could hear because the guy blaring speaker, like, anime music on his back. I'm pretty sure me and Foxy kept giving him, like, death glares. Like, the poor workers. Convention. Continue. This cannot 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 continue. I mean, you don't have to cosplay at a convention. Like, I definitely feel personally weird just because that's what I always do, and if I'm not cosplaying, it feels weird to myself, but, I mean, it can bring up, like, conversation easier with people if you're cosplaying, but, like, it's definitely not required. I mean, I wore stuff to my first convention. I wouldn't call it cosplay. It was, like, weeb wear. Generic weeb wear is what I wore to my first convention. And then just anime t-shirts the last day. And even some Sundays at this point, I'm like, depending on if I have anything that I really want to wear or if I'm just too burnt out over the weekend. Editing, forever editing. Yep, I got my degree over the summer, last summer. Graduated, woo! That's why I was able to finally open Patreon. I wanted to wait till I was done because I didn't have time to sleep. I was getting 2 to 4 hours of sleep a night. I was scared I wouldn't be able to get any rewards out at that point with that kind of sleep schedule. So I literally had one day to work on every different class. Each class I only had 1 day. And that wouldn't be full days because I had classes on top of those days. So, yeah, it was pretty rough, and I didn't want to have Patreon open on top of that and not be able to keep up with it all. I was hoping to open it sooner, but then we happened to decide at that point to do the Kickstarter, and I didn't want to overwhelm everybody with like too many choices. So I just focused on getting content shot. Like now I'm just editing so that I can make sure to get everything out on time for you guys. My degree is in animation. Woo! Hello, Noctis. Welcome back. But yeah, animation doesn't allow you to sleep, thus. That's why I never slept. I mean, yeah, you just have to work really hard and not sleep. But it was definitely worth it, and my experiences, like, were just great. I'm gonna say that, like, tired face, but, no, I couldn't, like, all the people I met, I loved, like, all the projects I got to work on, and getting chosen to go to China to work on some projects there was awesome. Like, definitely. But yeah, like I said, we're crazy and we didn't sleep. I love my professor was like, "Oh, you like anime?" Looking at my backgrounds are always like Kill la Kill. He was like, "Oh, we have some students that like or alumni that work over there making anime now. Probably have ways to get you in." I'm like, I don't know if I want to go make anime, cause I know you don't sleep and you work for very little money. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. It would be really cool to work on anime, but I know the conditions are not very good. Oh, yes, I've seen Coco. I haven't seen Black Panther yet. Coco, Regina had to go take me out, after the movie. I was, like, crying and, like, took me to the bathroom. Let me stop crying. It hit home really hard because of my grandmother having, dementia. So, like, that last bit of the movie, just, couldn't stop the tears. It was rough. It was very much like my last meeting with her, or last time I saw her alive. She remembered me when she hadn't remembered me for the dozens of times I'd gone visited her. So, definitely hit me really hard. Like, definitely a really good movie. The visuals were gorgeous, and I like that they really, from what I've heard, they were very correct with the culture and everything, so A+. I've heard of Twin Peaks, but I haven't seen it. Become mascots. Become mascots. Yeah, I was just like, oh, it hit too hard, but I like when movies make you emotional because you know that they were able to connect to you. Like, I don't like when something makes you not feel anything. So yeah, definitely, like, most of my favorite movies or series or anything are things that made me, like, cry. Just because I felt that, like, emotion with the characters, which is nice. And yeah, that's good, because I know, like, a lot of films get a lot of cultural things wrong in general, and so it's nice that they're taking time and being more, like, cautious of that. And, like, actually doing the culture's justice. So I hope that pushes and continues to be a thing that a lot of the companies do. I know we got to see a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff at SIGGRAPH last year, and it was really neat for Coco. See you later, Triple J. Thanks for popping in and just hanging out. Hope you have a good night. No, I've been hearing all the acclaim, like, all the acclaim for Black Panther. I need to go see it. 'Cause yeah, that's one I need to go see. I get so behind because I'm always working on stuff. Become mascots. Become mascots. Become mascots. Oh. I forgot a step here. Yeah, I mean, mainly, like, I get anxious about making sure I have everything out on a timely manner, making sure that I'm still continuing to shoot things for it, because it is all on me. Like, if I don't create, then, you know, my income isn't there, so, it's a little, it's definitely, and you don't leave work, it's always with you, like, no matter where you are. You have to be a media manager. I mean, I have to edit photos, videos, all the media, self-shoot some things, and I try to help other girls out and take photos for them, because it can be hard, especially in our area. There's not a whole lot of photographers, at least that are trustworthy. You definitely have to become kind of do all the things. And yeah, it's just kind of, it can be scary to not, sorry, this music is weird that came on. It's like Nier, but then the CEO is like talking in it. It's really weird. But yeah, no, it's mainly just like, you get kind of worried and making sure that you keep up with everything and can come out with everything. So if you're not doing it, no one else is, and that's the only way you're making money, so to live and pay bills. but I do really enjoy it overall. I really enjoy getting to dress up and get to play around and be creative. Like, definitely a dream job. It's just definitely being a creator. You do worry about making sure you have enough to put on the table and all that. So, Patreon's definitely helping keep it in all one place, and I like that. And I actually like that I'll be able to just randomly throw, like, I'm considering little extra selfie things to send out to you guys this month, just to find a day to shoot those. And I don't really get to do that selling only donation sets, so it's nice. I'm glad you guys are with me. But yeah, no, it's definitely, you gotta be very self-motivated. If you're not self-motivated, then I have days where I'm just like, I don't wanna, but it's mainly more of the, I like the creative process. Some days it's a little hard to be like, I want to edit all day today, because as much as I actually do enjoy editing, video editing I'm not super comfortable with yet, but maybe one day I'll be more comfortable with it. But yeah, photo editing I like, but you get a little bored of it after a day full of having to edit. You have to take your eyes off. So later I'm just gonna play video games after as a reward for doing some editing today. If I get enough done. Maybe I'll share with you guys. Well, I will definitely be sharing with you guys, but share some at the end of the next day or two. I'll definitely be updating the front page with some of the previews I get done, so that you guys can actually preview more of the set that's coming out this month. Like I said, I'm definitely probably gonna be shooting some extra stuff. I just don't want to, like, until I get used to the workload, for sure, I don't want to say it's a sure thing to always have extra stuff, but once I can figure out my editing schedule, then I can promise more things for you guys for sure, 100%. Yeah, like, I know in Japan, actually, it's very much like cosplayers take pictures of each other. Okay, gotta change the song. It's so weird. Okay. I don't know what you're singing about, CEO of near Square Enix. I don't know. Go. Okay, good. Another song. Ooh, that was a weird song. So it went from a solo CEO to a duet. Or, yeah, duet. It got weird. But yeah, like, in Japan, it's really common for cosplayers to take photos of each other, and some of the places had, like, only certain days guys were allowed in with to the like with the studios and stuff where me and Foxy shot, where they dressed us up in cosplay and did our makeup, took photos. Some of those have days that are only women are allowed, and only, like, a lot of the time the guys can't be alone. They have to be part of a group if they are there. So it's interesting. Because here there's a lot of guy photographers, and it's fine. A lot of them are cool. It's just, sadly, a lot of the ones for nude cosplay modeling have been creeps, and not very good experiences, sadly. Which just sucks, because I, like, want to put faith in a lot of them, and a lot of them have always proven to be not the safest. So, sadly, they have to go through a very thorough, like, I have to know they've worked with a bunch of my buddies and have proof that they're not going to be like that. So, I hate doing it that way, but, so yeah, a lot of my photographers have been female. Strangest thing I saw in Japan? I don't know. I guess I'm not too weirded out by most things. Like, I know a lot of people get weirded out by culture in general being different, but Probably the weirdest thing was in a dojin shop there was a guy like making weird. He was like, I'm trying to think of how to like. He was like looking through all the dojin. It was like one that wasn't super organized. It was kind of organized, but not super organized. Some of the ones we went into were super organized. But he was like rustling through all the dojin. And he was like, and he was like, it sounded like he was like slurping soup. He's like, like sounds like that, and just rummaging through. And I think sometimes he was like not good, or sometimes he would find a dojin he really liked, and he'd be like, just like really like I couldn't even understand what he was like mumbling. He was just very like mumbling to himself, and yeah, making slurping sounds at the dojin. It was an experience. I had to hold in my laughter. I kept looking over at Foxy, and I was like dying inside. I was trying not. I had the biggest smile, and I thought it was hilarious. I mean, I didn't want to get close to him, but it was an experience. Everyone else was real chill in the dojin shop. Just that one guy. He was something. He was really into that dojin, or really not into some of it, I guess. But yeah, that was probably the weirdest thing. Like I said, a lot of things I was definitely prepared for, because I've read a lot for very many years about Japan and culture and things. I know now, like, so one, not really weird, but an interesting thing, as far as, like, after being back, a lot of the things, like, I just noticed, like, random things in the background of anime now that, like, is just stuff that you see all the time there. Like, there's all these paths for the blind to be able to, use their sticks to, get them around, the train stations and everything. So, that was interesting, because now every anime I'm watching, I'm like, see, if it takes place in Japan, I see it in the background. I'm like, I never noticed those in the background of anime, but they're totally there. And a lot of the, like, house structure and just how a lot of everything is, it's very interesting that you just don't take note of those things until you've, like, been there and, like, see it every day while you're there. Like, super interesting. I miss the trains. I miss all the walking. I really wish our streets and everything were made for walking. Like, I would walk here more, but there's literally no crosswalks. So, and it's like, I live beside a really, like, the busiest road in town, and there's constantly wrecks on there, and I would be so scared to cross it without, like, a crosswalk. So, sadly, our cities are not built on walking. So, it makes me sad. I miss it already. Yeah, everyone else is super chill. Oh man, the dojin were so cheap in Japan. They're like $3 to $6, $8 for the really big colored ones, like 12. Like, we got a really thick Naruto one that's really good. It's like, I think like a collection of, I forget the artist, Dojin Circle, but really good one. And yeah, $12 for, and it would definitely be like over $100 in the US at a con. So I was like, God dang it. Like, yeah, all the $25, $30 ones are like $3 to $5. So I was just like, buy all the dojin, I bought all the Nier dojin. Like, I'd go for a trip just to go buy dojin again. Most popular anime. I will say Fate. Fate everything was everywhere. As far as like there was a whole like Dojin shops, there's a whole like level dedicated to Fate anime and games. And then like a lot of the merch shops, there's a huge section almost always of like Fate stuff. So Fate is definitely super popular, which was not surprising. Idol anime in general were huge. There'd be huge sections just of idol anime. I'm trying to think. One Piece. One Piece is everywhere. Not surprising. Yeah. One Piece is definitely still everywhere, which I expected. It's been around for a while. Yeah, JoJo, they had just started an exhibit when we went to J-World. So, or not exhibit, like having merch. And I think in the cafe area of Jump World, they had JoJo stuff going on. Like, there was like a huge, like, hanging, like, fabric JoJo's, like, different characters, and they looked really cool, but you could only get them if you had a Japanese address, because they had to mail them to you. So, sadly, none of our group could get those. No, I really want to play the first Nier. I've had it on my wish list for a while. Because it, like, looks really... Like, I felt like I would have appreciated the Nier Cafe even more if I'd played the first Nier. It's still really cool, because, yeah, I don't know if they're right around me. They might actually be. Probably. Let's see. If they're right next to me, I can show you some of the goodies. This bag I found for like nothing. A school bag that will totally work for Persona 5. It's exact colors for like $10. Oh yeah, I haven't gotten to I haven't put my phone in it yet, but I got a it's limited to the Square Enix store. All the glare. Maybe I can take it out. It's gorgeous. I got so much merch at the Square Enix cafe with it being Nier themed. Yeah. No, I need to put my phone in it. It's really pretty. It's got like the patterns from like 2B's 9S's outfit. It's just a little phone case wallet. Which it was really pretty, so I was like, oh, gotta have that. Yeah, they had a Nier Cafe while we were there for the first anniversary of Nier Automata. And I was so excited. I was sad, like, we were in Osaka right when a Nier stage show was going on. I'm so, like, mad that we weren't. And then right when we got back from Osaka, it wasn't playing anymore. I was so mad. Oh yeah, I got a clear file. Like, it's really pretty. Of that art. Yeah. Super excited. Let's see, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, I have a 9S little acrylic stand over there. It's set up already. I was trying to see my other folder. Oh yeah, this is cool. There's a little pop-up shop for Sushio. Well, for like a band, some kind of girl group. But it was called the Wax Store. But I was like, that's definitely Sushio's artwork, the character designer for Kill la Kill. And, like, yeah, really cool art. So I bought some postcards. We got a poster that I still need to put up. Yeah, Wax Store. It was interesting. That was in Shibuya 109. I haven't gotten to, like, put up all this stuff. Where's my folder? Oh, there it is. I was going to show you coasters from the cafe. Because I got this from, it was a crane machine. I was trying to win a cool mug that was only, you could only get, in the machine that had 9S and 2B. Because the ones you could buy in the store were, only had one or the other. And I liked that because it was, like, face. Yeah, no, I knew that. I've done enough research a little bit, that, yeah, Nier, like, the differences between the, Western release and the, Japanese release, with, yeah, being the father and being the brother and the other. I was sad. I did the crane game twice, and got the exact same one. Foxy got one with 2B on it. I was jealous. Yeah, I had bad luck and got two of the exact same, like, it's just, like, offline. It's not got any characters. It's probably the most common, I'm betting. I've seen some of these coasters selling online for, like, stupid amounts of money, considering their little paper oh, okay. Well, these are my FMA ones. FMA ones. I don't know. L at the gate. And this was from the... Where is it? Final Fantasy XIV cafe. We went to a lot of cafes. I mean, if I kept playing the crane game and spending all the money, then I could have probably gotten it, but I actually really hate, I kind of rage at crane games, so let's see here. Here we go. Here's the nearer ones I got. I got Emil. Cutie. Got Emil. I got one of the twins. Yeah, more Final Fantasy XIV. Chef Dude. I didn't play 14 a lot. Like, I wanted to get back into it. I just haven't. I get too busy to play a lot of games. I have to pick and choose. Oh, no. Nah, it's cool. I was like, I did read a little bit, because I was, like, after playing Nier Automata, I was super interested in what the first game was about and everything, because definitely left a lot of questions, and I had heard that Emil and the twins were from the first game, technically, so I was like, what's up with them? And all that, so I did read up quite a bit, but I still really want to play the game, just to get everything. Maybe one day I will buy it and play it. Trying to see if there's any other cool things in here. I've got a lot of things. Yeah, I did see the Netflix movie for FMA, like, the night, like, within the hour it came out. Oh, my cool little relic. Got a lot of Ranma stuff from the Ranma Cafe. So excited that it was the Ranma, anniversary. Or not, yeah, the 30th anniversary. It's like, wait, there's a lot of anniversaries going on. Just making sure I was the right one. Oh, yeah, all the keychain, all the gachas. Did all the Yu Yu Hakusho gachas and got, like, all of them. Except for, Koenma. Didn't get Koenma, but I didn't want to, like... I knew I got literally all of them in one go. Like, there was probably no chance I was going to get Koenma. It's probably going to be a duplicate. So I was like, well, I got all the... Koenma's cool, but... Oh, yeah, Tales of... She was super cheap. She was just, yeah, 100 yen. And she's one of my favorites, Rita. Like, I want to cosplay her really bad. I've wanted to cosplay her since playing the game. But yeah, all her stuff was super cheap. I don't know, you guys probably won't be able to see this with all the plastic. But another little Rita. Here. Yeah, all her stuff was 100 yen. I was like, okay. I will take that. But yeah, so that's... Oh, yeah, here's... I haven't used it yet because... Or, this is my hero. Here's my Nier. I got a little mug. Had to. Probably use it for tea. Because it's a little small for my coffee. But I had to get it. Yora. And it's got machine. Face. Super cute. I did get a really cool Nier mug, but I think it's in another room right now. That's got like art from the original game. From the Japanese release, so I think younger. They did have Daddy Nier in some art at the cafe as well. So they were celebrating both. King So. That's awesome. Sephiroth. That's neat. Did I like the FMA movie? Overall I liked it. There's definitely, like, and I knew they were gonna have to cut things, and, because, I mean, I was worried that they were gonna have to do the whole series in a movie, and that's a lot of time that has to be cut. So a lot of things will, like, lose a lot of, story. I'm glad that they got a lot of the iconic scenes recreated. Like, it was really, like, I really liked the, Last Death scene with, Roy. I don't know, I'm glad they got a lot of the iconic scenes. I am sad that we missed out on a lot of really fun characters, like Armstrong, and, like, I don't know, we missed out on a lot of characters, but I can see why they had to make the cuts with the time. So considering the time, and the effects were, like, actually pretty decent for a lot of Japanese films have really cheesy animation, so considering what I've seen, like, it's actually pretty good. So yeah, like I said, it is kind of weird that some characters, and it's kind of weird what they did with Sho, Tucker, but it at least made sense because they would hate him, so it makes a decent antagonist, so like, that's a little weird, and it'll be interesting to see if they do a second movie, because it looks like they will. I don't know, and I'm always, like, I'm not usually too picky, like, I usually try to, like, I always look at, like, other adaptations as that, like, it's just, like, it's another adaptation, it's not the thing it is, like, it's based from, and try to keep an open mind, but, I mean, to be fair, there's been a lot of bad adaptations of things, like the Netflix Death Note. I was, like, going in with an open mind. I'm like, well, people complain about everything. Let's see what this is like. Me and Foxy tried watching it when I was over one night, and we were laughing our butts off, and I was just like, I can't even, this like doesn't feel like a cohesive thing. It was just bad. Just very bad. But like the FMA movie I did like. Overall it got like the main bits and everything and the iconic scenes pretty well. So for what it is, for an adaptation that you have to shorten so much content, I think they did a good job. They could have done a lot worse. Yeah, not a lot of people knew about like anime and games I was into back in high school for sure. So I never got the guts to like cosplay at school. I got pretty close, but didn't get to. Started cosplaying right around that time, but then now like all the nerds at school, but at that high school, but no. Back when I was there, no one knew anything. Ah. So you probably had no idea what any of the things I had talked about, but that's okay. Watch Brotherhood. If you watch any of the shows, watch Brotherhood. I mean, the original's good in its own way, but story-wise and character development-wise, I think Brotherhood definitely is the better choice. Just because it follows the manga directly, and a lot of characters that don't really get any limelight later on in the original, like, actually show up and are important later on in Brotherhood. So, Brotherhood's definitely good to watch. And then, if you get into all that, watch the movie then. Just, like, movie I would only, like, recommend to big fans of the original show, really. If you didn't really watch or read it, I don't know if you'd really care that much for the movie. I don't know. Maybe you would. I don't know if you would know much what's going on. Brotherhood, it made me so happy because, like, you could always tell that, like, Ed and Winry were supposed to be, like, together, like, and shipped together, but in the original anime, they kind of, like, are like, nah, they're just childhood friends. They're not lovers or anything. So I was so happy that they actually, like, had them pursue each other in the, in Brotherhood, because they're one of the most adorable couples ever. Reminds me, I need to wear my Winry costume at some point. I need to do something with that. It's been a long time. I got an updated version. So I was Winry a long time ago. Cosplayed her a long time ago. Yeah, no, like, back when I was in high school, like, you got made fun of for liking anime. Now, like, all the kids that made fun of me for liking anime and listening to Japanese music, I see them at conventions. So it's really funny, because I'm just like, really? You made fun of me watching those anime with the girly-looking dudes and speaking Japanese. Now they're at all the events I go to locally. I'm like, uh-huh. Now it's cool, I guess. I mean, I'm glad that it's overall opened up and there's a lot more like people into it, because that really opens up the community. I know a lot of people sometimes will get kind of gatekeeping mode, and it's honestly, I'm glad, even though a lot of those people made fun of me for liking it, you know, I'm glad that, like, there's so much. I mean, we have Crunchyroll now, like, cosplay's really, like, so much easier to find things for. Costumes will come out, like, the same season, like, within a couple weeks that the season airs, different anime. So, like, I definitely, even if we get some crazy, or not the nicest people in the community from it, is still, like, overall, like, beneficial to the community to have it so, like, big now. a lot of the time it was just mainly people just being like, what is this? And just like kind of making, I mean, so it was, the only times I was bullied in high school were just the days that I was too sick to do band and had to be like off in the stands, and yeah, people were definitely butts in the stands. That's high school for you. Kids like to be jerks. Whoop, 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 whoop. Ah. Shut out the closets now. Through it, playlist. Just want this music. My senior year, I mean, the schooling was easy. It was, all my friends had graduated or moved, so I was not in a happy, did not have a good senior year. I just wanted out. It's nice to hear that people do enjoy their senior year, at least. I was very burned out on school by senior year of high school, for sure. Yeah, no, I had to take a year off between high school and college. I probably would have failed everything if I had went on. So I was just so worn out. I know a lot of my mom's friends were like, oh no, you have to go right when you're out. And I'm like, I need a break. And I mean, then I made Dean's List and honors every semester. I think having that break helped me tremendously. Like, if I didn't have that year off, I don't think I would have done as well, and I wouldn't have been as focused, had as much fun, like, because I was so burnt out, and I was just, like, done with school. I was like, no, I don't want to. But being out just for a year was enough time to be like, okay, I'm ready to go back now. I just needed that time. So yeah, if you, like, I am all about the taking the year off, as long as it's just enough time to make yourself feel not burnt out on school, because guess what? You gotta do it for however long it takes you to get your degree done. Which mine took a lot longer than I thought. Like, when I think back, it's like, holy crap. But yeah, so definitely, and I'm also all about, like, going to school only if you actually know what you're, like, wanting to do, or what degree you're wanting to do, like, because it's kind of silly. Like, my sister for a while didn't know what she wanted to do. I'm like, don't worry about it. Figure it out. Work some jobs. Figure it out. And she finally figured it out, and she's doing some engineering stuff, so, like, I definitely think it's kind of silly. Our culture is very much, like, go, 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 go. You don't necessarily get the time to think it through sometimes, and then you're in horrible debt, and it's a fun time, so yeah. Definitely, like, all about the taking, I mean, as long as you don't get sucked into, like, where you can't go, if you want to pursue a degree, you know, don't let yourself get sucked where you can't do it, but... They say hi, Regina. I don't know if she heard me.
So I just look like a poof walking by.
Huh?
I just look like a poof walking by.
Oh, you look like you're in a robe.
Hi! I'm cold. I'm going back to bed now.
Are you in bed for good, or are you just hanging out up there?
Just hanging out.
Okay.
Watching videos.
Probably won't be on for too much longer, because then I'm like, I might need to figure out dinner.
I'm good. I had a steak.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Got to go eat.
It was okay. I don't like the way most places make steak. Too much pepper and salt
Yeah.
going on. I just like the meat.
Mm-hmm. Nah. Yeah.
It was still a steak.
Yeah. Free steak.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, during my time of not going to school, like, in between high school and college, I worked at a little game store where we'd rent, you know, where people could play, systems by the hour, and, PCs and stuff, and I ran an anime club there, and that's where I met Regina. She was, like, the only girl that would come to, my club meetings. So we bonded there, and then we started going to cons together, and really got to know each other, so. Definitely liked that year off. Got to do fun things. That job was a lot of fun, because I just played games on the PC. And I just had to watch the front and let people, when they bought time, put it in, take the money, take them back. If there were any problems with the systems or the computers, I'd fix those, and yeah. Fun job. I could go to cosplay there. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I got to run an anime club. It's fun. Fun, fun, fun. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if you saw when I left, like, because my hair was slightly wet when I started, so now I have, like, weird, like, around my ears, like, circles in my hair. So definitely it did something to my hair. But that's kind of partially because my hair was still damp when I put it on. But I mean, if I'm just chilling at home, I barely, like, brush my hair. So I'm sure my hair looks real funny. Likes to stand, like, my bangs like to just stand straight out a lot of mornings. I'm sure I'm a beautiful creature when I wake up. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can get from, like, social media. So, I mean, it makes sense. There's not really a whole lot you can always learn from our social medias. So no, conventions, I gotta talk a little bit more with people, but at the same time, like, I'm usually having to work, and we do have to, like, make sure we all don't stand around for too long, so it's still, like, stumped conversations. Me and Regina are hoping to do game streams more again, and more actively. I'm just, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out this new schedule, because this is all new to me, like, all just being able to focus on this work, which is great. With school, I couldn't do that. I had to juggle it all, and that was fun. That was a whole nother, like, schedule that I had. But now I should have time to do more streaming, and maybe do more chill streaming like this on days that I have to edit. But yeah, we're hoping to do more video game streams, and those are really chill, and yeah, we usually talk and hang out with everybody, so, you get to see that side of us a little bit more than just always, pretty cosplays. Just a fun side, but you don't necessarily get too much personality through that, and I get that. Yeah, Regina lives with me. Finally, it took a few years. A few years till I could get her comfortable enough to move out. She felt like she had enough funds and could move out of her grandparents, so. And yeah, I know I started Cosplay Deviants around 2014, because I think 2015 was the first calendar I was in. So yeah. And 15 was the first anime expo I went to. So. It's hard to remember the timeline now, but yeah, around 2014 was when I would have joined Cosplay Deviants. Maybe a little bit before that, I would have started my page. Before that, I definitely had no internet presence as far as cosplay. I would have just had art. I would love to go to many places in like Europe and the UK. So I really want to go to Ireland. Yeah, I would love to go visit Shay _ in France. That'd be a lot of fun, because yeah, it'd be lovely to go see the castles and stuff. So I know my sister married her husband's Swiss, and they always show off all their trips to Switzerland, and I'm always so jelly, because beautiful, the Alps and the castles, they lived around all that, and super jealous of all that scenery, so I'd love to go see all that and do shoots. So maybe as long as this Patreon keeps up, then I wouldn't mind taking a trip overseas again. And I mean, I have my passport, wouldn't be bad. maybe for some shoots and just to go see other places. So yeah, there's a lot of places I'd love to go see. Yeah, I've lived with family for a long time, but I enjoy living out on my own. It's nice to be able to have nerd shit everywhere. The whole house is just nerd shit. It's fun. It's good. I can be up any hour. I can come home any hour. It's awesome. I still update my parents on, like, where I'm going, if I go out of the state or anything, but it's nice to have that freedom, for sure. I would miss it if I ever had to move back in with a lot of people. And, I mean, roommates can be awesome or they can be horrible. I've luckily never had horrible roommates, but I know tons of people, especially in college, that have had horrible roommate experiences, especially when you have random roommates, like a lot of the college living areas. What did I keep in the night? Oh. We're together. We're a couple. Yeah, I know a lot of people think because me and Foxy shoot so much together that I'm dating. Me and Foxy are dating. I like her a lot, but we're not dating. Me and Regina are, so yeah. No, the problem with trying to get more shoots with Regina is usually I'm shooting for her and she's shooting for me, and we don't have a local photographer and she works a lot cleaning houses. We're trying to get her more content out, but it's rough because if we want to do any duos together, we don't have a photographer for that. Around us, we have to go down around 4 hours away, so it's a little harder to get that planned. But we're hoping to plan some soon so that we can shoot more sets together. There is a selfie set that I need to figure out when I want to release of her and me. We did Diva and Mercy swimsuits. It was fun. We did a little kiddie pool. Our neighbors probably thought we were insane. Because it was in our back. We didn't shoot the nudes in the backyard, but we moved it inside for that. But Doritos and Mountain Dew and kiddie pool. It's a lot of fun. Love my parents, but yeah, it's Dad I could probably live with still. He's real chill. And we love watching he likes all the animations and like loves Doctor Who. We watch all the series that we're into together and stuff, so he's real chill. I could probably still handle living with him. It's my mom who's like kinda, she can be a little grating. She likes to nag a lot. Love her, but I can only handle so much time with her every now and then. So living with her is rough. I think I like the living alone just because, or not alone, but not with a whole family because I was one of 6 kids, so all the sibling fights. Love my siblings, and they're all chill and grown up now, but when we were kids, I had a lot of fun with them, but also all the fights. Oh yeah, no, we definitely have plans for her to be Kobayashi and me do POVs with, I want to do Toru from Dragon Maid and have her as Kobayashi. Technically, you usually need 3 people to do that easily, because, like, the one person to grab and then the other person to get the shots, because you have to get some interesting angles for POV. So it's a lot easier with 3 people. So we still need, like, another person to shoot it, technically. Like, probably be able to get a couple shots, but she wouldn't be able to use both hands and stuff like that without a third person. So I have a lot of ideas for that. And I have a lot of ideas for the POVs with Kiyomatsu as well. Foxy, Kiyomatsu, and Regina. Everybody. Man, I thought about doing steampunk way back in the day, like, before it even hit popularity. I had a character, like, I was trying to think of how to make, like, art supplies steampunky. And, yeah, she's gonna be an artist character. Yeah, I actually had Regina make me pumpkin shorts. I still have those, and I just wear them whenever, because I think they're cute, regardless. It's just been a while since I've thought about it too much. Granted, I'm in a D&D campaign that's, like, steampunk right now. Get to play that tomorrow night. Yeah, that was my mom with my nerd stuff. She's like, my manga collection, because, like, at some point I'd counted up and it's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of collection of manga. And she'd be like, she, like, for some point thought I was going to sell it, and I was like, why would I sell it? I love reading it, and it's reference for art, and, like, I'm not selling it. She seemed very bitter. I think she had seen, like, nudity in some of them, even the ones that are rated for kids. And I'm like, it's not even sexual. A lot of it's just legit, just nudity. It's not even. So I don't think she liked my manga collection. I don't think she liked all my posters and all that. Oh, I had a Fruits Basket calendar, and one of the months was, like, all the guys, like, poofing back in there, so they're, like, half naked, but everything's covered by clouds. It's fine. I know she was a little weirded out by that one. She's like, what is that? So yeah, my dad didn't care. He was all supportive about anime and stuff. He'd be like, oh, there's an anime movie. I recorded it for you on the DVR. You can check it out. But yeah, Mom was definitely not supportive. But Mom was very, like, don't have anything in the house that's PG-13 or higher. So we had to, like, lie about Lord of the Rings and stuff with my dad. My dad was just like, oh, Lord of the Rings is totally PG. Yeah, it's not PG-13. Like, so stupid. But that was my mom. Oh, her is the main. Okay, yeah. No, and we definitely have some, she's got a plan for Shadow On from, Persona 5 doing a POV, so, yeah. Probably be, like, definitely have a hand in that. I think she wants to release that, set around summer, I think, so we'll have to shoot that soonish. Still need another person to actually take the photos. Man, let me tell you, it's hard to try to make my hands look manly. I had to cut my nails for Foxy. So I was like, well, the nails definitely don't look masculine. Unless it's Inuyasha, and I, like, make them pointy. It's like, how would a man... So hopefully they turned out okay. I haven't gotten to see all the images. Like, you guys are, if any of you guys subscribe to Foxy as well, you guys will definitely be in a treat with Prison School. That one was something to shoot. Prison School's already a weird anime. Like, I love it to death. It's still weird. And us recreating that freaking water bottle scene. Oh, cat paws. It's just Morgana. It doesn't make it weird, right? Reminds me, I accidentally ran across a Dojin with Morgana, and I was like, no, thank you. Don't want this. Well, actually, one of the Dojin I bought, like, has literally everybody with tentacles, and Morgana's included. It was kind of... Oh, and why with my mom being like, censor everything? Just because she's super religious and just... Boobies are bad for kids, and kids don't need to watch R-rated movies or anything, so yeah. She was just very, like... in a weird way, she, like... It wouldn't matter, like, what was in it if it just had a rating. She'd be like, no. Can't do it. Can't have this in this house. It's like, okay. Now she doesn't care. Now she's like... I mean, now she's been asking for me to get her Game of Thrones so she can watch it and stuff, so... I think it was just a matter of... we were all kids, and she didn't, like, want us to watch things. Which is understandable. It's just, once I was out of high school, I was like, I mean, I'm 18 now, so... Well, I appreciate it, and no, I understand. I think eventually she's... Was that one? Oh, and she's gonna let me have some of the images to share, like, that I'm in. So, I can help her advertise, but... So I can share with you guys those images, at least. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was, like... That's another reason I grew up mainly watching cartoons, and that's probably why I still, like, mainly watch cartoons. I still love a lot of live-action films, but my go-to is definitely cartoons. Like, I keep up with as many cartoons as I can from everywhere, so... It's probably because that's mainly what I was allowed to watch growing up. Cartoons are usually a safe bet, for the most part. For parents, so that's what I got to watch all the time, which, like I said, I'm not complaining. I love cartoons. Well, it's my dad, like, we had all played Diablo together when I was, like, really little. Like, I was like, oh, this looks cool. It was first Diablo, and I think it's so weird that they let me play it, and then, like, that's back when you could make copies of the disc, and, like, every PC, since my dad was super techie, like, we had a bunch of desktops. So we all, like, me and my brother and my dad would all play together, and when 2 came out, we were like, yeah. Played all the games together. But yeah, I just thought Diablo was funny, because the content's kind of... compared to what Mom wouldn't allow in the house. Definitely... When she was weird, like, I wasn't allowed to watch Hercules till, like... I didn't get to see it till high school. Because it had other gods in it. My mom is something. Oh yeah, I would keep Cartoon Network on, like, all day when we had cable. We don't have cable anymore, because we use Netflix, Crunchyroll, Funimation. All the streaming. We don't really worry about cable anymore, but yeah, when we had cable, I would just keep Cartoon Network on all day. I just keep up with, like, Star versus Forces of Evil, DuckTales, all those online now, so. Loved Billy and Mandy. My grandparents, whenever I was over at my grandparents, they wouldn't let me watch Pokemon. Digimon was fine. Pokemon was not okay. I think that's why it took me a long time to actually, like, get into Digimon, and I'm not ever really, like, the animation's gorgeous, and I wish, like, rewatching it, I was like, I guess I've seen all of this, before. I just didn't remember it, because I was pretty bitter as a kid, because also, Pokemon was banned from, I was in Catholic school for a couple years, and that's when Pokemon was huge, and it got banned from school But again, Digimon was fine, just Pokemon was against. So I know I was bitter about everything towards Digimon back as a kid. The whole devil thing with Pokemon. It's so silly. So my mom almost got that way with Harry Potter because she heard someone talking at church or something. And we forced her to sit down and watch Harry Potter. We're like, now is that bad? And she was like, oh no, it's a really good movie. And nothing's like... And we're like, yeah, no, that's... Don't be stupid. No. We want... Like, because my whole family is super into Harry Potter. Like, we were like, no, Mom, don't get like this. Don't take this away from us. Ah. You're not bothering me. It's fun to be chatting. I mean, not necessarily getting work done, but I knew that could happen while chatting to people. I knew it would make my work slower, but I thought it would be fun to hang out and see what the streaming thing on Patreon was like. Yeah, a lot of those things are pretty silly. Like, I get wanting to protect and, like, make sure your kid isn't watching some horrible content or something, but most cartoons are okay. I mean, it's like, you can go back to, like, Rocko's Modern Life. I loved that as a kid, and there's some weird stuff in it, but, like, as a kid, you're not necessarily... The adult things that are in a lot of that stuff doesn't necessarily register as a kid because you're not thinking with an adult mind. Like, so it's just, nah, it's silly. Like, but I understand parents want to protect their children's. I get it. I just think sometimes it's a little much, but I don't necessarily blame them. See how much longer I'll stay on tonight. Here. So let's see. I've been streaming for 3 hours, so that's pretty good. Because I kind of want to play games. And eat dinner. Gina went out with her grandparents today. So also, I was thinking about trying to stream earlier, but I don't really want to. Her grandparents know what we do. They are not fond of it. They just kind of pretend it doesn't exist. And tell her how much they want me to do something with my degree, which I'm like, technically I'm using all of my skills that I learned with my degree, a lot of them. And a lot of projects I have in mind will use my skills that I learned, but, you know. Yeah, you guys have definitely been around, I think, for the whole time. Especially, yeah. Hi, Michael. Glad you're hanging out. I mean, you guys have kept the conversation going. It's always awkward when there's no conversation in streams. It's just like, okay, just do this. And yeah, I was just like, I was just gonna show face for now. Like I said, eventually I might do special, like, most of my game streams will definitely still be on Twitch, but I'm like, well, maybe, like, see how this streaming thing is, because I could definitely do some game nights with just you guys too, but definitely want most of the games to still be on, Twitch, probably. And, like, super chill nights on here, maybe. Yeah, food and games. I mean, I've gotten a decent percentage of the set done today, so could be more, but it's not the worst it could be. I've gotten work done. I did housework for a little bit earlier, trying to help Regina out a little bit because she gets overwhelmed, and I can be very forgetful about housework. I am not the housewife type. She likes to cook, she likes to clean. Well, I say likes, she just, like, cleans. Oh, it seems like she likes it. I don't know if she really, like, I don't think it's her first idea of fun, but she definitely does it. I usually get so focused on work, I forget about a lot of the things and feel bad. So, actually got to help some today. Yeah, I do not like the cooking. Boop, 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 boop. Oh yeah, I mean, just whenever Noctis, since that messed up, because it technically won't charge till the end of the month still, because I don't have upfront payment yet on Patreon, so. But hopefully that fixes itself. Patreon, which that's, I need to try to pledge to a couple people and see how that is. Yeah, like, Patreon app here is really funky. Sorry, getting distracted. Got my microphone like right in front of my PC. I need to get like a better stand for my mic, because it's got a stupid little tripod that's really tiny and not very effective. It tells of Assyria. Oh. Yeah. Work is work a lot of the time. I don't know if your chats... I'm seeing your chats right now, Christian. I don't know if you typed other things and they're not showing up. No, like, I am definitely appreciative that you guys are here, because it's a lot of fun to be able to, like, because I've always liked creating things, and it's nice to be able to actually put time and more focus into it, because, I mean, clearly I still was doing it when I was in school, working full-time, and it was rough. Couldn't do a whole lot. Did as much as I could. Just didn't get to sleep a lot and stuff stuff like that. So it's really nice to be able to put all my focus into it. Like, it's definitely a really nice feeling. So definitely appreciate all you guys. Plus we get to have fun chill nights while I work. See my day restart. Feet are weird. Mm-mm. Ah. I wish you were here. We start again for the very first time. Okay, so how about once I finish this, which will still take a little while, but I'll work on finishing this one photo I'm working on, and then I'll probably call it a night on this stream, just so that maybe I can get some game in and eat food. Otherwise I'll forget to eat. I do that a lot. We start. Life's a new day. Yeah, I do that a lot when I'm doing art stuff, because I get very focused when I'm doing a lot of things. I won't realize that the day has passed when I get into work mode for art or for anything. Editing and art are dangerous for me. But I like when I get into that focused create mode too, so it's double-edged sword. You forget to eat, go to the bathroom, do all the things that, you know, a normal person has to do every day. But you get to create something, and you get really proud of it, usually. So. But yeah. Regina was awesome during school because my last semester I was working at home a lot. The school computers hadn't been updated. They were really old Macs. And they would crash, like, if you tried to render anything, like, for me, I was having the problem that they would crash every 6 frames. And I was gonna go insane, so I would just work at home because my PCs were, like, way better at rendering and didn't take forever or pinwheel forever until I had to restart. So, she was really good about, I would be, like, focused on work all day, and she'd come in with some food, and I'd be like, oh my god, I forgot to eat. It's definitely nice to have someone bring food when you forget that eating is important. Kind of have to live how you survive. I've edited quite a few photos while we've all been talking. I could have gotten more done within the time without talking, but like I said, if it was more about the speed of getting them done right now, then I wouldn't have gone on stream. So don't think you guys were talking too much or anything. This is why I'm here. It'd be silly to stream and just watch me stare at the screen while I edit. Like, I'm here to talk, so like I said, if I was worried about getting work done faster, then I wouldn't be on here with you guys. Yeah, they've fully updated, of course, the semester after I left, they decided to just build PCs that would work well with, like, be able to handle Maya's load. And they got a brand new render farm, like, all this awesome stuff that I wish I had, like, access to. It does sound like there's still a lot of issues with Maya and the PCs, though. Like, there's a lot of issues with that in the school system, like, the overall system that they use with the servers. There's an issue that I don't remember all the issues they're actually having, but I know it's something to do with the school servers and Maya and a lot of the Adobe software. So, still not jealous of all those problems, but I am jealous that they got new systems. Because, yeah, that always happens. I left community college, they got brand new computer lab. In the art classroom, they got all these nice DSLRs to use, stuff like that. It was like new supplies. I was like, dang it. It's literally the semesters after I leave. Always my luck. Oh, my guitar gently weeps. Every mistake we must surely be learning. So my guitar gently weeps. No, I mean, people here say y'all too, so I am also guilty of saying y'all. No worries, I completely understand that. The things that get to me is like how a lot of people here say certain things. Like saying instead of saying window, people around here say winder, which makes me twitch. Just like, ugh. Sounds so bad. And instead of wash, they say wash. Ugh. It hurts me. It's very painful. Catch you all, see the love there that's sleeping. While my guitar gently weeps. Look at you. Gently weeps. Guitar gently weeps. Okay, I think. Okay. Ooh, more steps on this image and. Now, one of the words I've always messed up and gets on some friends' nerves is, for some reason, I always thought crayon said crown. And it always confused me as a kid, because I remember we had to do, like, one of the games where you draw and people have to guess what you're drawing. And I remember I thought crown and crayon were the same thing, and I think I drew a king's crown. No, I would have drawn a crayon when it was supposed to be like a king's crown, maybe. I just remember I was horribly confused, and my teacher's like, you tried. That's like a word that I can definitely say I say wrong all the time, because for some reason growing up, I'm betting I heard it that way. Like, I'm sure there's other people around me that said it that way, and that's just where it came from, because until adulthood, people were like, what did you just call that? What is that? I was like, crown? They were like, no, crayon? I'm like, oh, well, I don't know, that's just what I've always said. Japanese boy band road trip. Woo! All these little things. So, Final Fantasy. Did I already do that? I don't remember what I did. This is how we fall apart. Okay, yeah, that was definitely a lighter. Yeah. Okay. So I think I actually technically already did. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going crazy. Not really. I'm just not remembering all the steps I already did in the editing. I already did the things that I thought I still needed to do. Ooh. Alarm. Now I remember that I did those. Dirt. And I harmed you when they used to be charming. Ooh. So that image is done. It's done. That's interesting. I didn't know that was a Utah thing. That's, got to voice the other day for a Final Fantasy 15 abridged, so definitely will post links to that. It was fun. Never really done voice work for school for my own projects when I couldn't find anyone else to do voice, but never had done it for somebody else. So that was something. It was fun. I just wouldn't necessarily do it for a living, but it's fun to do it occasionally. Just background characters, but I've never done that for someone else, so we'll see. It'll be weird hearing it for myself. So hopefully I did okay. I was fine. And it didn't really matter until some silly game over her. Would she choose? All those things I never thought. Oh. Aaron Hansen. Yeah, he's been getting quite a bit of voice work, which is cool. But he's been good at entertaining, so. Yeah, the wedding for Bird Person. And then he was voicing in the one of the newer cartoons on Cartoon Network. I watched a couple episodes. Is like the villain, I think. But yeah. Bird Person. What does it matter? It's already done. The bit there for her son. It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? I'm so mad I didn't get to see Ninja Sex Party in Nashville. They were here touring right when I was in China. Maybe they'll tour again. But yeah, I had a lot of friends that got to go see them, but I didn't get to go see them. Yeah, that cartoon that he's like the villain in, it didn't necessarily like grab my attention, so I haven't continued to watch it. I might just check it out to see if it grabs my attention anymore in other, like, watching the other episodes, or I was just like, oh cool, he got voice work, that's awesome. But yeah, no. Ninja Sex Party was nearby, but I did grab tickets for Baby Metal for me and Regina in May, I think. They sold out, like, really quick. So I'm excited about that, at least. But yeah, maybe they'll come back. So that would be cool. Yeah, I'm excited about Baby Metal, because we can dress up all cool and... So no, Paramore, we dressed up in Love Life cosplays. Woo! My birthday. Yeah, I had, like, when they first came out, I listened to a lot of their music. Admittedly, I haven't like listened to, well, when they collabed with Ladybeard. It took me a minute to remember his name. I listened to a lot of those songs too. They're just, it's a fun combination, metal with like cutesy Japanese girls. Top tier. So yeah. She's like, oh, that'd be a unique and fun concert, it sounds like, and I was luckily awake when the tickets went on sale. I feel like Regina's seen Avenged Sevenfold. She's seen a lot of things. She and her mom went to a lot of concerts. I actually haven't been to many concerts. She took me to Paramore, which was awesome. Paramore is definitely one of the top, like, groups I like to listen to. So that was, we got to see Evanescence recently. We were able to hop on, like, an hour before the concert. There were tickets for, like, $20 on StubHub that people were just like, I gotta get ready these tickets, I can't go, or whatever. And so we were able to go, and I was like, middle school me is so happy I got to see Evanescence. And then outside of those, I saw Ariali at Anime Expo. This technically counts as a concert. Oh, I did get to see I'm not wearing the shirt right now. I got to see Teddy Lloyd at Anime Weekend in Atlanta. It was Dako and Teddy Lloyd the first time together in the US playing, so that was fun. Sadly, I wish the sound systems were better at the con, because it was kind of, got in and we just hung out in the back and it was kind of sad sounding, like just the speaker system, because like the vocals were kind of hard to hear from Dako a little bit, but it was still really cool to see them. It was just a little disappointed in the sound system. Tenacious D live, that would be fun. Definitely didn't think I was much of a concert person, but for the right, like, groups and stuff, I'm definitely, like, it's a lot of fun for sure. Just also like, oh, some of them cost a lot of freaking money, and then I'm like, yeah. Tenacious D. I remember seeing some YouTube videos of some of the shows. It's been a while since I've thought about them. They're cool. To say no. Ready, set, go. Go. Sound is playing. It's funny you bring up the Jumanji movie. I literally just watched it last night. It was pretty good. Liked it. Shaking you up. Don't wait to say no. Try to ready, set, go. It's okay. Let's go. I was happy that they went with a kind of different direction with it, instead of it being like that they actually in the game, so it's like different from the first one. So that was nice. It's a pretty solid movie. I was like, it's been a really long time since I've seen the original, to be very fair. So watching it, I was like, I don't really remember the original other than board game, and Regina had to remind me that it's, you know, in the neighborhood, and like they never actually see like inside the game. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I remember that now. It's been a very long time since I saw the original. Let's go. Let's see. Oh yeah, another group I'd like to see in concert is Gorillaz. I'm jealous because they were, I think, playing in Atlanta recently. I think Foxy got to see them. But yeah, I would like to see Gorillaz. So often. Like a pillowcase. There's quite a few movies that are like considered classics, but they're super aged. So a lot of people get their nostalgia goggles on, which is fine and all. It's just there's definitely some things I've gone back and watched and I'm like, that's something now. And it was like, as much as I like Yu-Gi-Oh, like, me and Regina, I was playing it the other night, and like, at least the English version is definitely, the voices and stuff, or something, out of the lines. And I'm sure a lot of it's censored and stuff too, but it was definitely, We should be lovers instead. This, but you're really my dearest friend. Our friendship. Say yes, my dearest friend. Okay, guys, I might something I find. Yeah, no. I mean, and sometimes Goofy and Silly is good. It's just sometimes the nostalgia goggles, yeah, blind some people. It's, I was prepared to, like, absolutely think that the old Ninja Turtle, like, animation from the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, was gonna be, like, really bad. But then I was very surprised. I was like, oh, I actually still really enjoy this. Yay! That's one of my favorite Aprils. So, it's when I was cosplaying her. Still need to do a better shoot. I have a shoot, but I think I might have lost the files now, actually. When I did the calendar as her. But this isn't really what I wanted to do, but the photographer didn't help me find a space that's more like a... wanted like something that looked kind of like their hideout, but we ended up trying to make something look like her apartment. It was okay, but it's pretty old now. Omicron. Ooh, yeah, there's some old things that are. That's now one age thing that I loved how cheesy it was. It was they brought back Captain EO. I had never seen it originally, so I also didn't have like nostalgia for it because there's literally like I never had seen it before because I didn't get to go to Disney till I was like mid-high school and afterwards, and like it's so cheesy, so 80s. Michael Jackson, the whole theater shakes when he dances. It just too good. I loved how 80s that was. Wasn't alive in the 80s, but it was so 80s, so good. Sad that they took it out again. I'm trying to think. One thing that was like I was nostalgic about and then went back and watched and had a harder time watching again. Wasn't necessarily a movie, it was a series, Gumby. Loved Gumby growing up, but watching it, like, I'd have to watch it again, but I remember watching it, like, right outside of high school. I was like, what is this? I used to love it. It's kind of weird. Just a bit. Oh, yeah. This time I might just a sip. Okay guys, for reals this time I'm probably gonna head off because it's about 9 p.m. here, and if I want to play games and eat, if I don't start soon then I won't get to. Because my schedule got flipped again from Japan to like a normal person schedule where I'm waking up like 7 or 8 a.m. which is really weird for me because I'm not a morning person at all. That's been lately. So I'll probably get sleepy soon. I love claymation, but Gumby got weird at times. I still love Gumby, but it got a little weird. Like, it's harder for me to watch now. Yeah. Thanks all for hanging out with me this first time trying this out. So hopefully we'll have more chill streams, because this isn't... I'm just chill. I'm in my blanket cape. Chocobo blanket cape, and yeah, this was fun, so glad you guys popped in and hung out with me for these almost 4 hours now. Doesn't feel like it was 4 hours, but you know, I got like a quarter of the set edited, so I should have previews soon for you guys, update the front page and all that. Yeah, no, thank you guys, and hope to see you guys around. You guys all have a good night.